Hey everybody, this is Collector Dude. I'm back. I'm going to do a flip through of this book here. I love this. I got this at Amazon. Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love Artisan Edition. I love the way they put the white out, when you can see the detail and everything, how they put the white out around everything to make it jump off the page like that for highlights and stuff. That is so cool. And the cross hatching and everything. Here's the back of it. It like opens up into a wraparound cover. I can see it here. That's so cool, huh? It shows all the artwork, how they put the pencils and the inks and the tones and everything all together. It's all in this book here. So let me read the back of this. It says, in 1984, two young men from Massachusetts self-published a black and white comic book called Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I remember this. A parody of several popular comic trends of the era. Co-creators Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird's series soon became the unexpected hit of the decade, as well as a merchandising and cartoon phenomenon. Today, the TMNT remains one of the most popular and recognized properties in the world. That is so cool. This Artisan edition takes us back to the earliest days of the Turtles, offering a glimpse into the inner workings of how the first issue was put together. From the initial layouts, the inks, and the final process of laying down tones to give the printed art a unique look. It did too. All the layouts and tonal pages have been scanned from the original art, and the inks have been shot from Kevin Eastman's original photocopies of the first issue. Together, these three versions give you the most in-depth look at how two New England dreamers caught lightning in a bottle, and how the world was introduced to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That is so cool. Let's open this up now. Let's see what we got. See the first. Here, look at this inside artwork. That is so, I like how they got this down here. They're getting away right there. And I loved how they did the buildings and everything. I did that with a lot of the buildings that I drew in my comic books and stuff. So I'll have to show you that eventually one day, but we're in this one right now. Look how cool this is. Artisan Edition. And it's all green too. Cool. First printing, May 2017, first printing. Okay, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Artisan Edition showcases the artistic process that went into producing the first, that's pretty wild, the first issue of TMNT by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, from layouts to inks to the final ready-to-print art. Okay, now cool. The cover there, look at that. That's cool. This says 1984 Mirage Studios, $1.50. Wow, it's worth a lot more than that now. The cover of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, scanned from the original art. Okay, now we got the introduction and everything that Leonardo throwing his staff there. Okay, we got, oh no, it's Donatello, my mistake. Okay, now we got May 5th. Of 2017 will mark the 33rd anniversary of two dreamers from a small town in New Hampshire who launched the first issue of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I am one of those two. The idea evolved out of a late-night work session in what Peter Laird and I called Mirage Studios, which actually was a mirage. It was our living room. Overstuffed chairs and lapboards were the work space where I doodled a turtle standing upright, mask on, nunchaku strapped to his arms. The joke being, if Bruce Lee was an animal, what would the silliest be? Okay. I called it a Ninja Turtle. Yeah. Okay. There were a few more sketches, and soon a drawing of 4 turtles emerged, penciled by me, inked by Peter, and it was Peter who added the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo to the top. We thought it was the funniest thing we'd ever seen, and decided we had to come up with a story that told their origin of the first adventure of these characters. That was in November of 1983. Wow. Peter and I were both crazed comic book fans, and we were inspired by giants within the comics field, but one we both bonded over immediately was the guy we thought was the greatest, Jack Kirby. We dreamed of being a writer-artist like Jack. Both of us read lots of different kinds of comics, but when I discovered Heavy Metal magazine in 1977, besides exposing me to the mind-blowing European creators, those early issues introduced me to guys like Richard Corbin and Von Bode. These art gods started me on a quest to discover more work by other amazing artists, which introduced me to underground comics and self-publishers. That's cool. Dave Sims Cerebus in particular. And I noticed a lot of those books, there's like a whole run of them almost, and two different half-price books. I'm going to have to go back and see if I can get a few of them. As it was extremely difficult to get work from what we called mainstream publishers, so when we decided we wanted to unleash the TMNTs on the world, although we were quite sure we'd be lucky if we sold a few hundred copies at the most, it was agreed we would find a way to self-publish the book. Come heck or high water, we'd put our money where our mouth was, which also included a generous $1,200 loan from my uncle, Quentin Eastman. It wouldn't have been possible without him, and we are forever grateful. That's so cool. Okay, so we did our planning and research and found a local printer in Dover, New Hampshire for our collective savings and the loan. We could print 3,000 copies of a 40-page issue with a 2-color cover. Yeah, that's cool that they did that. Now we just needed to write and draw the story we wanted to tell. The discussions began in late 1983 and continued in earnest through the first part of 1984. We wanted, of course, to make this a book we'd like to read and rolled in all of our favorite things in the wide world of comics. Okay, teenagers dealing with teenage issues, like so many of the Silver Age comics we loved. Mutants and mutant animals, ranging from Jack Kirby's Commandy to Dave Sims Cerebus and beyond. Ninjas and Asian history from Frank Miller's Daredevil run and Ronin epic. And we'd make it a parody of all these things, all of our favorite things, all do our best and do our best part to give it heart and soul. Yep, they did. With focus and resolve, we spent countless hours working out the origin story. I would often track all of our discussions by making notes on yellow line legal pads. Once we had the foundation of the full story, we agreed I would break it down, layouts and thumbnails, and we'd adjust from there. And Peter would write the final script. Quick side note, did you know Shredder was created while Peter and I were doing dishes? Ask me about it sometime, next time you see me at a signing, he said, okay. As the work began, as we were both writers and artists, we knew that we would want to share the chores on everything in an effort to blend our styles, especially because I thought Peter was a much more skilled draftsman than I. And we'd look for a middle ground for the final look. Plus a 40-page comic would be the longest story either of us ever took on. But two artists working together would make the burden easier, yeah. As we got closer to jumping into the final pages, we had a ton of discussion regarding how could we make our black and white comics stand out from the rest. Peter, who had done years of editorial and related black and white illustration, mentioned an option I had never heard before, or I had never heard of. A brand of texturing paper called Dual Shade. I was blown away. I never knew how those effects were created. That's cool. Looking at examples of how Dual Shade was used in everything from EC Comics by Wally Wood, worn black and white books, Creepy and Eerie, Mad and Cracked magazines. It was such an incredible tool, but besides past masters, it was still being put to good use in the 1980s, specifically by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson, who used it to great effect in flashback or dream sequences in Daredevil, yeah. And Howard Chaykin was using a different version of the textured paper for his American Flag series. We decided that was the key, the way to give a black and white comic real depth, to make it stand out. But after a visit to the local art supply store, who could order the paper for us, we were a little disheartened. It was nearly $20 for each 18 by 22 inch sheet of paper. Wow, with developer. Ouch. Yeah, we had very little money, but we knew this was the way to go. For anyone out there who has never seen or used Dual Shade, it is basically a heavy artboard that has faint non-repo blue line print printed on it. You can barely see them. You treat it like you would approach any comic page. You pencil on it, you ink on it, you erase your pencils. Then you apply 2 chemicals with a brush that bring out the recessed patterns in the paper. Once is a light tone that instantly develops the printed lines going in one direction, and the other chemical develops the lines going in both directions. Wow. So with a black and white comic done on this paper, you have the final inks and 2 tones, giving it more 3D effect. We were sold, but because the paper was so expensive, we did the pages smaller. Wow, okay. If any of you have seen some of the earliest TMNT pages, they are roughly 8, wow, by 12 inches in size. I didn't realize that. With very small borders. The reason being we could get 3 pages out of one sheet. That's cool. The cool part is, again, if you've never seen any of these early pages, when you use the solution, it shows up as a sepia tone, as you'll see in this edition. But when you copy it for printing, it comes out as solid black and white tones. Cool. Trust me, if this sounds like magic, it is. Anytime I tried to explain to someone in the early days how this effect was created, they looked at me like I had lobsters crawling out of my ears. When I was asked to write a brief into this very special edition, reprinting the many steps for the first issue, I felt like going behind the scenes a bit was the way to go. A little history, a little approach and technique, as well as a whole lot of faith and dreams. This edition is very personal to me. Not only does it show my original layouts, thumbnails, which had detail added later in 1985 and 1986, as I often revisit early work for inspiration, but you'll see the final inked pages without the dual shade work, and of course the final pages that were used for printing. In closing, I first and foremost want to pay my respects to the artists that inspired Peter Laird and myself, but as I'm writing this, not both of us, I want to properly and respectfully honor my partner in crime, co-creator of the TMNT, Peter Laird, without whom these characters would not exist. Wow. And also our fans. Without you, we never would have been able to live the dream we have, writing and drawing comics. With much love and gratitude, Kevin Eastman, San Diego, 2017. That's cool. Okay, look at this now. Leonardo, Part 1, Issue 1, layouts, scanned from the original art. Then you see the pencils over here. That is so cool. Do all very Ronin like it says. Kevin Eastman, he signed it. There's cool. I just flipped through them really quick. You can see the pages. It's so cool. I love how they do this, because this is the way we did our comic book, me and Chris. Laid out the pages real quick like that. And usually everybody else does it like that too, unless it's got to be more detail. But that is so cool. To see it like this. Fade, fade into the dark night. I like how you clustered the buildings together like that. This is cool. Here's Shredder. I don't know what, I forget his name. But this is very cool. Just a second. Okay, I had to rack my brain. Splinter. I don't know what I forgot. You know, you just have a brain thing like that. But this is so cool how they do this. Look at these pages. Early stuff. Now, member of the Foot. He's explaining the history and everything. This is so cool. 19, Age of Yoshi. He signed all these pages, looks like. Cool. Nice. This is how you get how they got their powers and everything, how they changed. This is cool. I remember seeing the movie when they were talking and everything, and they looked really cute, the turtles. They even tried to stand. For the next years trained, I showed Japanese ways of ninjutsu, named each after a romantic artist. Leonardo, Michelangelo, Don, Raphael. I'm Raphael, Ninja Turtle. So cool. Splinter chose me to deliver a message. Was sent to Yoshi, the Shredder. He said to leave a calling card. Cool. Look at that, how it looks. So cool. This was cool. This was funny. I always like this. Who are you, ninja? He goes, turtle. Oh, that's cool. Real nice, quick pencils. Just to get the gist of what's going on. So they know what to do. Wow. Shredder, we are here. There he is. Okay. I cannot understand why, after all this time, come face your doom. Foot, join me. Big battle scene, cool. These are so cool. I wonder if they still own these. They probably still own these pages. I wonder if they ever would plan on selling these ever. They'd be worth a lot of money. Wow. Cool. The fight. Me first. Cool. The fighting. Oh, it's throwing stars. Oop. Raphael throwing his sigh. Uh-oh. Intense face. These are cool. They got him. Kill yourself. Be honorable. No. He's getting ready to throw that a grenade or something like that, and he throws him, hits him in the face, knocks him out. Blammo. You all okay? And they're leaving. Wow. Okay. Let's see if we can get through the next one. We are trained in the ways of ninjutsu. This is part 2. Issue 1. Inks photocopy scanned from Kevin Eastman's personal archives. Here's Michelangelo right there. But now they got the words and everything in there. This is cool. You're dead, freaks. Nobody trespasses on Purple Dragon turf and gets away with it. Especially when they're wearing stupid turtle costumes. He's wrong. We're not wearing costumes. That is so cool. This is the part where it's just the inks and everything. This is cool. Yes, we can bleed. And so can you. That's a cool picture there. Yeah, they're all off into the night again. That's cool. I loved how they clustered the buildings together. Like, that is so cool how they did the pages and the layouts and the sidewalks and all the trash and everything, and just how cool. Now there's Splinter again. Learning how to fight. The faces. The history. Wow. Cool. They really, man, this is so cool. There it is again. How they became the turtles in the ooze and everything. And he started thinking too. There they go walking. Splinter. Splinter? One of you actually said a word. My name. That's cool. That's a cool picture there. Raphael. Ninja? Turtle. A cool pose there. Now they're going. There will be a duel, and there will be death. Theirs. Shredder, face us. Who are these fools? Uh-oh, here he is. I am here. Come face your doom. Foot, join me. Here's a cool fight scene again. Inked. Oh. Cool. He held him back there for a little bit. I remember in the movie too. And then, but they got him in the end. Ouch. A little violent. And he falls off. Boom, boom. The end again. We are the Ninja Mutant Turtles, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We strike hard and fade away into the night. Now we go, here we go. We are trained in the ways of ninjutsu. Now it's got the tones. This is part 3. Issue 1, the final published version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, with dual shade tones added, scanned from the original art, and printed here at actual size. Donatello. This is very cool. Nice. This is just beautiful. I love this. I mean, wow. You see, look at the tones and everything on this one. Wow, it made it look so much cooler. Everything. I remember seeing this back when I first saw these come out. It's like, wow, just beautiful artwork. How they did it all. And to know that they did it on smaller pages just to save money. That is so cool. And then they did it. They did it. Wow. Yeah, cool down here, the turtles down there. Oh, that's cool. Ah, the night air. I love it. Make sure I didn't miss any pages. Here we go. Yeah. That's cool. Him leaping like that. I like when they made the crossover with Batman. They leaping through the air like that too. Ninja? Turtle. Cool. It makes it look so much different. Wow. This scene here. Wow. Come face your doom. Foot, join me. The fight scene again. That looks so cool. That looks so cool. Let's see. And some more there. Just really cool. I like that. Now, you are beaten. That's cool. The explosion scene there. And the final page. We are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We strike hard and fade away into the night. This again here, there's some more stuff here like ads and stuff like that they put out. Part 4, sampling of some very early sketches, designs, and promotional materials by Eastman and Laird. This is Raphael. That's cool. Come to the Portsmouth, New Hampshire Minicon. Wow. I think this is very cool. An early mail order advertisement for issue 1. Note the differences in the version as opposed to the final cover on pages 8 and 9. Wow. They changed it a little bit. Here's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Head West advertisement touting Eastman and Laird's first appearance at the San Diego Comic-Con. That is so cool. Early character models. Nice. Look at Splinter there. Wow, that's cool. Inside cover art from issue 1. This one over here on the right. That's cool. And then the first sketch page 1 from issue 1 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's cool too. Okay. That's it. But that is very cool. I'm glad I got this book. I'd like to be able to give one of these away as a prize one day. But let me know what you think. You guys have a great day, and Collector Dude is out.